Greetings, Pokemon Masters. Oh wait, wrong channel. Love you, Toby. Welcome, everyone, back to the Channel Chasers podcast. We are here once again to continue our coverage on, honestly, one of our favorite animated shows to come out in a while. And that is, of course, the next part of Pokemon Horizon. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, this is a show that I absolutely love. Like, I'm caught up on the Japanese side. Like, that's how much I'm into this show. And hopefully we'll be able to convince you guys to check it out as well, which you should. Honestly, if you just jumped off of the Pokemon anime train post Ash, because you're like, you know, I was on this ride for like 20 plus years. Now I think it's my time to exit. Honestly, I think it's worth checking out again. But we'll talk about that more later. Of course, as always, I am joined by my two fellow Pokemon masters, Brian and Tony. How you doing tonight, fellas?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm all right.
So yeah, we will be talking more about Pokemon Horizons. This season is more deep lore, which I'm super excited about. Like, it's less episodic fun times and more actual lore adventure stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I like the fun episodic episodes, but like, as a lore nerd, the lore is why I'm here. So, like, I'm very excited to talk about it. But of course, before we get into the main discussion, we can't start off an episode of the Channel Chasers podcast without first jumping right into the news with Brian. Take it away, Brian.
All right, so unfortunately, we have a MMO Week 3. First of all, Tarantino mainstay Michael Madsen.
Oh, snap!
Like Bud from Kill Bill, Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
But also, I didn't realize how much of a, like, video game presence he had.
Oh?
He was, I'm probably going to get this name wrong, Shimano in the original Yakuza.
Oh, Shimano.
Shimano. And also, he was the main guy in Dishonored.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah, that's right. The PlayStation 1, the old PlayStation, the old PS2 release of Yakuza did have an English dub where Mark Hamill was Majima.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which is like perfect casting.
But yeah, the man has been in countless stuff. In Green Lantern First Light, he was Kilowog.
That's the animated movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cause I was like, wasn't that Michael Clark Duncan? And I was like, no, I was like, that's the movie.
It was the 2009 animated movie, the one that starred Christopher Maloney.
Yeah. Okay.
That's out.
That makes sense.
But he'd been in a lot of stuff. A grade and like B grade. He was also in the god awful but very entertaining Blood Rain movie.
Oh, that movie's fun.
And he, according to IMDb, has 17 projects that are going to be released
Posthumously? Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Dang, man was working.
But died at 67.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he will be missed.
For sure.
Next up, sorry, lost my place on my phone. Damn it. Why?
Well, I would say, well, I know one because I brought it up. I brought it up in the group chat.
Okay.
So one that I want to highlight is someone from the comic world. One of Marvel's most controversial, but honestly one of the most influential editors at Marvel Comics, or former editors, has passed away. Jim Shooter.
Yeah.
And man, like, this dude is controversial. If you ask a lot of the classic Marvel staff that was around like through the 80s up to the 90s when he was fired, Shooter was definitely very divisive, and I don't agree with a lot of his decisions, but you cannot argue with the man's results. He wrote the original Secret Wars. He backed a lot of initiatives that really shaped Marvel in the late 80s and early 90s. He was instrumental in the formation of Valiant Comics as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, he got kicked out of Valiant because people couldn't stand his ass because he's Jim Shooter. He tends to get on people's bad side and burn bridges. But, again, don't necessarily agree with a lot of the man's decisions editorially, but I can't argue with the results. Also, fun fact, he wrote, I believe it was Avengers, either issue 100 or 500. It was one of the big seminal issues, but it was the issue that included the infamous slap. And he has gone on record several times. In the script that I wrote, he did not slap her. He did not backhand her. The artist drew that to make it look more dynamic. But that is not what I wrote. Hank Pym is not a wife beater.
Yeah.
Like
but
so like again, dude has left his mark on Marvel especially. But also another really interesting thing about Jim Shooter, he has been in the he's a fucking prodigy. He's been in the comics industry since he was 14 years old. He was writing for he got his first job writing for Superman like back in like I think it was like the 70s when he was just 14, and he actually created the Parasite.
nice.
Again, super influential dude.
Indeed, and he will be missed.
For sure.
I'm now back on my list. Sorry about that, folks.
It's okay. They're not gonna notice. Tony's gonna edit that out.
The next one on the list is a lesser-known actor, but still will be missed. Kenneth Coley. He's a lesser-known British actor, but he's mostly known for two specific roles.
Okay.
He was Admiral Piet in Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Which one was that? No, I mean like which character was that? Like I'm trying to imagine. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not picturing the face.
It's the one that Kenneth Branagh played in the first one and then got recasted in the second and third. I believe he was like the main admiral, a lackey to like Thrawn and all that. Not Thrawn.
Akbar? Like I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of admirals in the original trilogy, and I'm like the only admiral that I know of from the original trilogy was Admiral Akbar.
No, he was the Empire, Galactic Empire.
Oh,
he was the bad guys.
well, yeah, I know the Empire's the bad guys. I'm trying to think. Like, no, it's not ringing a bell.
Oh well, his other role might ring a bell to you.
Okay.
Even if you haven't seen the movie. In The Life of Brian, he played the character known as Jesus.
Well, I am very familiar with Jesus. Yes. As someone who was raised Catholic, I am very, very familiar with Jesus.
It takes a lot of cojones to play Jesus, especially in a Monty Python movie. So the man was a good character actor, and even though he played a smaller role to the fact where we might not even recognize the name, he's still in his 70s and I think even 80s came back to voice the character in video games and such.
Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to downplay it at all. I'm just saying I don't know.
Well, this last one that I hate to bring up because there are four. Julian McMullen.
That name sounds familiar.
You've seen him in a lot of stuff.
I would say yeah. Name sounds super familiar.
Charmed. He was Dr. Doom in the Tim's Story.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Yep.
He was Jonah in Runaways.
Oh, yeah. He's a good actor. He's a really good actor. Dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
Not that
What?
Yeah, man. Jonah was a really good villain for that first batch of Runaways episode.
Wait, Cole?
Yeah, he was.
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
That was his character's name in Charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
God.
that sucks. Really like that actor.
Yeah.
That wasn't accurate. His Doom was at least entertaining.
I enjoyed his Doom because at the very least his Doom got the petty correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the look and the backstory was all over the place, but the energy was there.
Yeah, the petty bitch
And
is
hey,
so accurate.
At least it was a lot more comic accurate than
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it.
Stick.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. Although,
Technically, it is.
actually, to be fair, yeah, I would say to that movie's credit, that Doom is actually comic book accurate to the comics they were adapting. They were because it is more closely related to the 1610 Ultimate Universe, and that is actually pretty on point in terms of adaptation. But it's a shitty thing to adapt, so of course it came out shit.
Yeah. And Julian was on major TV screens as recently as just a couple years ago when he starred in the FBI spinoff Most Wanted.
Oh.
And he was only 57.
Oh wow, that's really.
Oh shit.
Yep. As the iconic organization charity likes to say, fuck cancer.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Seriously, fuck cancer.
But he will be missed. And I know I keep saying that, but I genuinely mean it each time.
Oh no! This is the whole reason we do in memoriam, just so that we can pay our respects to legends of the past.
Yep.
We're not trying to be dismissive if we don't know the person, or even if we're repeating stuff. It's just what more is there to say, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I had more to say about Jim Shooter because like as a huge comic head and a huge fan of comic book history in general, he played such a huge part that I had to spotlight it.
And I grew up on the original Charmed. Him as Cole was so interesting because he was such a mean, nasty villain.
Oh yeah.
That they somehow found a way to eventually redeem.
It was. I think Cole is a. This may be a hot take because I know there's a lot of fan overlap with these fandoms. I think Cole is Spike done right.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
can kind of see that.
I agree with that.
Cause I like Spike, but I feel like they kind of lost the sauce like in the middle there. They were kind of it got a little dicey.
I think Spike, like Cordelia and a couple other characters, really shined in Angel.
Fair.
But as far as Buffy goes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But now let's move on to our main story, which this was a shocker that hit the internet.
Okay.
We know most of the main cast now of the Street Fighter movie.
Oh my god.
All right.
And this cast is insane.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we'll start with the main trilogy and then get out to the tertiary characters where it gets wilder.
Okay. So
our
wait.
boy
So hold
Ryu-
on. Quick question. Like,
Yeah?
which game is this Street Fighter movie adapting? Because like Street Fighter 1, there are barely any characters in it.
I don't
Okay.
know specifically, but
Because like we don't get the iconic characters until Street Fighter 2. Like Chun-Li doesn't show up until Street Fighter 2.
then this might be too, because
They might.
And didn't they adapt like back in like
No. They made Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, which was ass with Lana from Smallville.
well, they
No,
also did. They also did the one with Jean-Claude and Kylie Minogue
I don't remember that at all.
in like the '90s.
I remember. See, I remember the anime in the 90s and early 2000s, and I remember they made that shitty
Oh.
Chun-Li movie, and there was an awesome Machinima series that was actually really
Yeah.
good with the origin of Ken and Ryu for fucking Street. It was called Street Fighter: The Assassin's Fist, and that was awesome. I wanted that guy who played Ken to play Iron Fist in the Netflix series, but you know.
Yep.
We got what we got.
The new director is apparently they had the twins that made that series. They had him direct this, but they left it to go do something else.
Oh, okay.
But the playing main Ryu is Andrew Koji, which if you ever saw the G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes movie, he was Storm Shadow.
Interesting.
Okay.
Recently, he was the father in Bullet Train,
You know who I would have gotten?
that Brad Pitt movie.
You know who I would have gotten? I would have gotten one of the Sidarsos.
Yeah, I agree with that.
One of
I do too.
like either Sidarso brother could have totally been a good Ryu.
And a lesser, like unknown actress, Kalina Liang is Chung-Li.
All right. Well, I only have one thing to say, madam. You better hit them squats. You better go to them leg press machines, cause I want to see game accurate thunder size.
Thick thighs save lives,
And
man.
that's what she looks like right now.
Look, does not matter. You got time. Hit
Yep.
hit the thigh master. Hit the thigh master.
Now,
Oh,
She's
okay.
beautiful.
here's where we start.
But still, I'm just saying, I want
Yeah.
them thighs, man. I'm looking at you
Here's
too,
where we-
Cammy.
Here's where we start getting recognizable names. Ken
All right.
shows up on our show multiple times. Noah Centineo.
You know what? Yeah, I can see it. He's got that pretty rich white boy swag down.
Dan is going to be in the film.
Danny Beaky?
Yeah,
What?
that motherfucker.
Everybody's favorite silly joke character. Okay.
And he's going to be done by stand-up comedian Andrew Schultz.
Schultz
Oh
is
my
hilarious.
God.
Schultz is hilarious.
Oh my God.
I like Schultz, and Dan is supposed to be a silly character, so I'm cool with that. I like Schultz.
I doubt you have, but if you ever heard of the country singer Orville Peck,
Nope.
he's most notably known for always wearing a mask, never showing his face. He recently made his Broadway debut in Cabaret.
Oh, cool.
Well, apparently he's going to be playing another famous guy with a mask.
Vega?
Vega.
My main? Yes, folks.
Yeah.
I'm a Vega main. I am toxic. I understand.
And then we got
Wait a second. I mean,
Yeah.
you said this guy's a country star, right? Not to be racist, but so this is a white guy playing Vega?
I don't know.
Because like I know you said he wears a mask, so maybe we don't know. But like I don't know. I don't know. I don't normally associate country with my people. No offense.
Oh, he is South African.
Okay, so different flavor of vanilla, a fancier flavor of vanilla, but still vanilla. Still a little weird. I've always pictured Vega as like, if he's gonna be white, I would picture Vega as like a Spaniard.
Yeah. Isn't he like technically a Spaniard?
He is a Spaniard. He is Spanish. Vega is Spanish, which is what threw me off. I was like, wait a second, he's playing Vega?
Well, then next up, because we are not done, it gets crazier.
Okay.
We have a WWE 1-2.
Oh, please tell me. Okay. I'm ready.
Cody Rhodes as Guile.
That's perfect.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's perfect.
And Roman Reigns as Akuma.
Perfect.
My God.
Perfect. Also,
Oh my
side note, fun fact for you guys. If you don't know your Street Fighter lore or fun facts, I'm a huge Street Fighter head and fighting game fan, as you know from my various screen time. Fun fact for any weebs out there. The creator of Street Fighter, I forget his name off the top of my head, is a huge JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan. So Guile may look very familiar to anyone who is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, because
Nice.
Guile is a direct copy, but country switch of one Jean-Pierre Polnareff. So
Well,
yeah, everybody's
gents,
favorite
I'm
new
not-
turtle is Guile.
I'm not done. It gets crazier. Jason Momoa
Okay, Blanca?
as Blanca.
Yeah, that's right. I was just about to say that's who I would put as Blanca. When you said the name Jason Momoa
And-
in Street Fighter, Blanca makes sense.
as Balrog, 50 Cent.
Oh shit! That's
fuck.
amazing. I mean, you can't
And-
get Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a little too old to play Balrog, but
And
I could. Yeah, fuck yeah.
and last but not least, one of my favorite underrated actors played the man, the myth himself, M. Bison.
I was about to say, where the fuck is Bison at?
David fucking Dismelchian.
Oh shit, man! He went from he's climbed his way up, dude. He started off playing background bank robber in Dark Knight, going all the way up to fucking M. Bison. Insane.
And he is going to kill it.
Absolutely insane. Where's Campy though? Where's my other me?
We don't know that yet. They've been slowly releasing it.
That's sick though.
The latest additions were the WWE duo.
Man, Cody Rhodes' fucking Guile is perfect, and Roman Reigns could totally pull off Akuma. I'm glad they didn't go for his older cousin, because that would have been what everybody would have thought. But like, let's be real, everybody's kind of tired of his older cousin.
Also,
That's
Momoa,
the Rock, in case anybody is unaware, for the folks at home.
Yeah, right. I remember now. But
Yeah, they are actually
Momoa
related.
going back to his roots.
Yep.
That is gonna be awesome. That was my main.
Although to be fair, like Khal Drogo did actually speak. He just spoke in a different language.
Well, no, he did by the end of it learn little bits to talk to Danny.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, him as Blanca's gonna be great. The only one that has me a little iffy is Vega, and maybe that's just because Vega was my main. Who did you main in OG Street Fighter, Tony? I'm curious now. Who was
To be fair, Street Fighter wasn't the fighting game that I was really into.
you were more of a
Right.
Tekken guy?
I was actually more of a
King of Fighters? Fatal Fury?
Mortal Kombat, actually.
Combat. MK. Okay, that makes sense. Growing up, there were a lot. Like we had a lot of those. You were either this or that type of kid. Fair. I played both, but funny enough, I was more of a Street Fighter person than a Mortal Kombat person as a kid. But then as I got older, I liked Mortal Kombat. I started liking Mortal Kombat as Street Fighter started falling off. But it is in really great shape now with Street Fighter 6. Fantastic game. Me and Tony play it.
Nice.
Me and Tony play occasionally, and Tony's actually pretty decent with Marisa.
Yeah, it was actually a really fun time.
Yeah, good shit. Good shit. But yeah, that's exciting. A Street Fighter movie. I didn't see that one coming.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it might be successful this go around than the first one.
Oh man, I remember hearing about the now that you mention it, I do remember the '90s one because I watched Professor Thorgy's entire retrospective on the Street Fighter series, and he has a whole section talking about the movie and particularly the production hell of that movie. And apparently, like, that movie like really fucked up Thailand. Like, those actors like went kind of crazy over there.
Oh yeah.
This is something I just found out, and it's also kind of newsworthy, but it's pretty minor. For the first time ever, Kamen Rider is actually getting global streaming.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah, so with the start of the newest Kamen Rider series, Kamen Rider Zetsu, it's Toei is allowing actual streaming through them because the broadcasting in Japan is going to be September 2025 because it's in that cycle where it's towards the end of Gava's run. So starting with Zetsu's, they're going to premiere, like, actual stream and broadcast the show in countries like the US, Canada, Taiwan. It's huge.
Via what streamer? Like, is it Netflix? Who has a license?
Yep. We don't know for sure.
Oh, interesting.
They just made it.
I hope it's I hope it's something we have because I've never actually checked out a Kamen Rider series. This could be a good time for me.
I'll catch that one drive.
Yeah, and as someone who actually likes Tokusatsu, I'm more of a Sentai fan than a Rider fan, but actually having the opportunity to catch a Rider series in real time
and not have to wait for fan subs.
Exactly.
Nice.
But the crazy thing about this particular Rider series, Zetsu's, is focused on dreams, fighting nightmares.
Ooh, interesting.
And it's mostly going to be a show using the same camera work as, like, one of the biggest examples I know is King Oger, how they have similar sets to where they use the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
So Zetsu is going to have the same thing.
Nice.
And instead of a driver that's across the waist as a belt, it's across the shoulder. So it's like a sash.
Oh, cool.
And its design for the suit is very inspired by Kamen Rider Ichigo, but it's more futuristic looking.
Interesting. Oh, that's gonna be cool. One of the reasons I never got into like Tokusatsu or the even the Rider stuff as much is because of lack of access over here. So this will be really cool.
Yeah, indeed. And who knows, maybe might be in the cards for the show's future. But,
yeah, for sure.
But tying it back real quick, the director that they did get, I did Google it. For the Street Fighter movie, just to end things and tie it back. His name is I believe it's Kaito Sakurai. He's a relatively unknown director. He directed a movie that came out a couple years ago called Bad Trip, where it was about a bunch of Asian female comedian. Wait, no, I am getting that so wrong. Different movie. This was the Eric Andre Little Rel movie that they did. Road trip movie that they did.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
But and he also directed many episodes of the Eric Andre show and Dave. But most notably, the thing that I think is a good indicator is he directed half of the season of Twisted Metal.
Oh, Twisted Metal was
season 1.
Twisted Metal was dope.
Yeah, and it had really good action, but also weaved in some good comedy. So it gives me hope for Street Fighter.
Yeah, I watched it after watching your review that you put on the channel, which that's still up there, by the way, you guys, if you want to check it out.
Yeah,
you know, shameless plug.
But and I think season 2 is coming out soon.
I think so, yeah.
And this one, minor spoilers for the show, but so skip ahead if you don't want to know, and Tony doesn't really care. They did an interesting thing where season 1 was build up to the video game.
Yeah, basically, the whole thing leads up to the big race.
And that's going to be season 2, and if it's as good as season 1, it is going to pop off.
Oh yeah. And, in case you guys forgot, because it's been a while, Twisted Metal is on Peacock.
Yes, but starring Anthony Mackie and Stephanie Beatrix.
Yep. But yeah, so is that all the news?
Yep.
All right. So our next segment is, of course, Screen Time. Screen Time is the segment of the podcast where the guys and I all talk about the various things and pieces of media we've consumed in between podcast episodes. That can range from movies we don't have time to cover, TV shows we don't have time to cover, video games, books, comics, anything that we've done in the past week or so. I think it's technically been 2 weeks since we've actually recorded it, or has it only been a week? I don't remember. Time is processed weird for me in the summer because work has gone into overdrive.
I think it has been 2 because of
I know it's not 2 for the folks at home because of our upload schedule, but it's been 2 for us at least.
Yes. So apologies in advance, folks, because this particular Screen Time is going to be a chonker because of that.
Yep.
And some things that we have seen in those 2 weeks are going to be levels of great, stressful, because I know Jay and I have a couple shared screen time.
And one of them we're not going to talk about too deep because it is, I will spoil, it is going to be something we're going to be covering in a full episode, but I'll start us off. So one of the things that is actually a shared thing with me and Tony, because after Tony told me about this, I went and turned it on myself. We were going to actually cover this as an episode for the show, but when we found out Pokemon came out and a bunch of other stuff, we just moved stuff around at the last minute. But I did watch the movie on Netflix, K-Pop Demon Hunters, and it's fucking great.
Told you.
Nice.
Told you, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. The music all slaps. It goes so hard.
I've heard.
It's so lit as fuck, Brian. Watch it.
The animation is awesome. Honestly, it would have totally been worth covering as a full episode. But alas, we could not miss out covering Pokemon because you folks definitely love our coverage of Horizons for sure. So we couldn't leave y'all hanging here. But yeah, K-Pop Demon Hunters is awesome.
For the folks at home, K-Pop Demon Hunters is an animated film made by Sony Animation that focuses on Huntrix, a South Korean idol girl group that sings for the fans during the day, but at night, well, not so much at night because demons are everywhere, but they fight demons to protect them from the Demon King, Gima.
And it's one of those classic hidden world secret protector type beats.
But it is so clever and it's so steeped in Korean culture and mythology.
The mythology stuff is what really got me because I love this kind of stuff. It's why I really liked Gentry versus the Underworld, which focused a lot on Chinese mythology. I thought this was so cool in terms of that aspect.
The lore is fantastic, and the way music is weaved into it so seamlessly is so.
Yeah, it's not just a gimmick. It's actually very important, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
Also, a lot of good, from what I've seen, talented Korean actors.
The voice cast is awesome.
It is lit.
Rumi, if you recognize her voice, Jay.
Who
is?
She sounded familiar.
From Teen Wolf.
Oh, that's Arden Cho? Yeah, see, that makes a lot of sense.
Yep, it's Arden Cho.
That makes a lot of sense. I thought she sounded familiar.
And also, this movie has the most lit villain song I've heard.
Oh, yeah, that villain song was so good.
And it's the first time, in my experience, where a villain song is more towards the end of the film than somewhere in
Yeah, it wasn't in the middle. It wasn't in the middle or the in between acts kind of marker kind of thing. Man, I looked at this and I was like, hey, Disney, you need to take notes.
Yeah, fucking take notes, Disney. None of this bullshit that you've been putting out, man.
Unless it's a spoiler, what was the name of the villain?
I mean, the villain's the Demon King.
The Demon King is Gima. But the villains that we get to see the most is the Saja boys.
Well, Gima, if he sounded familiar to you, is the front man from Squid Game.
Oh shit, yeah. Guillaume?
Yes, he is.
That's cool.
And also, Bobby. So that guy, the manager of Huntrix, he's a famous actor too.
Oh, cool.
Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong.
Oh shit! I love Ken Jeong. He's hilarious.
And Daniel Day Kim was Healer Han.
Oh man, no what? See, I thought a lot of these voices sounded familiar.
And funnily enough, Celine was his on-screen wife in Lost.
Oh shit, that's so cool. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
like this would have totally been episode worthy. If you're curious, I don't know about Tony, we didn't really speak about it too much, but I'd give this I'd give it a solid 9. Like, I had a blast.
Yeah, it's a 9 point. It would have been a 9.5 for me. That extra half a point is because I fuck with the music in this.
I definitely fuck with the music heavy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Nice.
It's good shit. The other thing, before I get to the main thing, Tony and I shared a little side adventure. I've been in a to kind of somewhat tied to our main topic. I've been in this like Nuzlocke rabbit hole of watching various different like Nuzlocke challenge videos. They're like themed around different things. Like the main one I've been watching is from a channel called Magnus Pokemon, and he has a whole series seeing if you could beat various regions with the corresponding manga protagonist manga team. So he's done one with red, he's done one with blue, green, yellow, X, Y, and various others. But that's been really cool, which has also led my recommended into this like direction of also showing me Pokemon fan games. And so I discovered this Pokemon fan game that was made in 2023 called Pokemon Daybreak, and Tony and I have been playing this together, and man, I'll let Tony take over the story here because we have had a time so far.
Okay, so basic premise. You're a Pokemon professor's assistant. You're trying to figure out what's going on with a meteor that crashed into the region, which is the Armeria region. And so you're allowed to just go through gym challenges to make yourself stronger, but your primary goal, your primary mission is to look into this meteor. And you also get to meet your typical characters in a Pokemon story, like your rival, other notable characters. But the thing about this region is that the trainers in Armeria are built different.
Seriously built different. Listen, Tony and I are multiple decade veterans of Pokemon. We could play Pokemon with our eyes closed. And like, Pokemon is kind of a brain dead game in terms of main story like battling. As long as you know your type advantages, it's a fucking cakewalk. There's no challenge or issue in there. But like, the dev team for this one, shout out to y'all. Y'all were like, yeah, no, fuck that. We're gonna make you guys actually think. We're gonna actually apply strategies to every single trainer, not just the gym trainers. Random Joe Schmo on the street could have some annoying bullshit that you gotta deal with.
Oh, nice.
And like, there was one like random like route trainer that had this fucking like sleep strats, and I was like, all right, it wasn't difficult, it was just annoying. You know what I mean? And also, this region has some really cool regional variants, although they have fucking low ass encounter rates, which is bullshit, because we really want this Ghost Ground Roggenrola.
I am so mad. So fucking mad.
We're gonna try our best at a round 2 in terms of searching, because we are currently stuck on the electric gym right now. And this Life Orb Raichu has been kicking our ass.
Ooh. Like,
listen.
actually give the enemy items.
Oh yeah.
Not just gym leaders. Fucking random trainers.
Yeah, random trainers on the street just have battle items too, and high level TMs. Like, you know how usually like it's not until like the late game where you get stuff like where you can buy stuff like Ice Beam or Flamethrower, usually at like the big department store that they have in every Pokemon game. Random trainers in like the first 2 routes have like Ice Beam and shit, and like Thunder Punch and Ice Punch and all that. It's like, the hell?
Yeah, they just pimp slap us.
Yeah. Before we recap you in our anime, our little Pokemon anime about our current struggle with the electric gym leader, Tony, tell the folks at home about Rocco.
This man, this rock type gym leader, he gave us a time. We fought this man 3 times. 3.
Yep. Oh man.
The first time we were like, "Oh, this is gonna be simple. He's just gonna be a rock type specialist." We have this in the back. We have couple grass types. We got it.
Yep, we even had a Lombre named Cervantes. In case you guys are curious, we have our naming theme for this one is either famous authors or famous characters in literature. Fitting of the mon.
Yeah, if they really fit them on.
Yep.
The first go around, we were like, okay, he has a Lunatone. We can work with that.
And the Lunatone went down pretty. The Lunatone went down pretty easy. That wasn't the problem.
And then he sidestepped us with his ace, Riolu, at level 17.
And we're just like, okay, this is good. That's interesting, but we could take this. We could take this little guy. No, he has. We were wrong.
It was like, wait, what?
You have Fire Punch, my guy? What? Ice Punch? Okay. All right.
But we were able to take him out, and then the Soul Rock.
The Soul Rock was
that thing.
The Soul Rock was the most annoying because it was bulky as shit. So even if and all we had access to at the time was Absorb. So it was super effective, but it wasn't really doing much. And we have an Umbreon. That's our starter. And Virgil's pretty strong. But even his pursuits, because for those of you who don't know, Lunatone and Solrock are rock psychic types. So we're like, okay, we have a dark type. Easy clap. Not so easy clap. This thing is bulky as shit. We had to really just rely on lucky crits. The thing that saved us was our girl Tama the Vulpix, because she set up Lucky Chant, which prevented us from being critted. Or was this the next gen?
Jean was Lucky Chant.
Oh, Jean had Lucky Chant. Yeah. So our Ralts, Jean Grey, she set up the Lucky Chant that allowed Tama to quick attack the Soul Rock to death. Oh my goodness, it was stressful. We were panicking. But now to fill you in on our current struggle, we got to talk about this guy Taze.
Or Taylor.
Yep. Yeah. So he's a rock star who's running this gym at this beach town, and yeah, his team is not necessarily annoying because it's manageable. We actually so the first time we fought this guy, we technically won, but we also lost. But so Tony can explain that.
So the basic thing that went down is that it was a final fight because we were down to Tama, or Tamamo.
Yep.
She is a kitsune. Since Vulpix is a fox, we thought one of the most famous fox spirits of Japan would work perfectly.
Yep.
So we had Confuse Ray. We thought one quick attack. We thought Tom was strong enough, but she wasn't.
There was a tiny little sliver of health. It left with a sliver of health. The Raichu had a life orb, so the Raichu hit us with, I believe, a Thunderbolt or a Thunder Punch. Yep. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a Thunderbolt.
It was a Thunderbolt.
Yep.
That thing eviscerated us.
Yeah. So it hit us with a T-Bolt. It killed Tama, but because it had a life orb, it also took damage itself, which means it dropped after we dropped. But because we dropped first, we technically lost. But in our hearts, we won that shit.
It was a tie. It would have been a tie, technically.
Yeah. It would have been a draw. But they don't count draws. They don't give you gym badges for draws.
Yeah.
Nope.
But we lost money. And then these past few times, okay, our strongest mons, Lizzie, the Helioptile,
and our boy Tolkien, the Grovile. They've been putting in work, and we've been trying our best, but this fucking Raichu is ridiculous.
So our big threat, like Jay mentioned, is to find that Roggenrola.
Yep, because that Raichu, more than likely, all it's got are Thunderbolts and probably some normal type attacks. This Roggenrola regional variant is Ghost Ground. So we'd be straight up immune to any quick attack shenanigans and all of its Thunderbolts. So we just gotta find that thing. We're gonna fucking buckle down and find that 5% encounter Roggenrola. So we will update you next screen time if we have defeated Taze. But that concludes our adventures in Pokemon Daybreak. But
also, can I just point out, all this hate on Rocco and never wrote Elmo reference?
I didn't even think about that. I was so focused on just being angry at Rocco and his bullshit that I didn't even think about, this must be how Elmo feels. But yeah, so
this Rocco was British, so
yeah, he was British. Still counts. Same thing. But yeah, so that concludes our current adventures in Pokemon Daybreak. We will keep you updated on our own little anime, because honestly, this feels like we're anime protagonists with this fucking playthrough, because we are having intense battles with these gym leaders.
Nice.
Yeah, and we stretch out our brains.
Yep. look, we have 2 brain cells together, but it's been working so far. And, of course we're not playing by Nuzlocke rules because we're not insane. Because if we did, we would have wiped several times over. Because honestly, sacrifice strategies are kind of the play here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the last thing, at least in terms of my screen time and also something shared between me and Tony, we both actually got to see Jurassic World Rebirth. And again, we'll go into more detail in the episode that we will cover about it in the future. Stay tuned to the end to find out when that is. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was not a fan of the first 3 Jurassic Worlds, but this felt like a return to form.
Yeah.
Not really much more I can say without actually going to full review mode, but I liked it a lot. I definitely think it's worth your time if you are a Jurassic Park fan. So yeah, moving on, I'll go ahead and pass it to Tony now that I'm done.
Oh my god. So one of the things that, other than Dave Bragg, K-pop Demon Hunters, one other thing that I saw that I've been talking to the guys about in between the 2 weeks, I actually caught Ironheart.
Yeah. You were keeping us updated on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and just saying it from my perspective, it wasn't that bad of a show. It's actually pretty solid.
Unfortunately, it's one of those ones that's gonna get lost in the shuffle just because summer is so busy.
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna watch it on my own time, but like, I don't think we have room in the schedule for Ironheart.
No, we don't. Especially with the big releases for this month alone.
Yeah, nah.
Just like K-pop Demon Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And so the whole thing that we've talked about our issues with the character of Ironheart on the pod previously. I know Jay has.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're familiar with my channel or my OG comics work, like the actual character in the comics is one of the reasons I stopped reviewing comics for a good long chunk. Not because I hated the character, even though I did talk a lot of shit about the character, but because the fandom around it like really kind of pushed me away from the YouTube comic book community for a bit, because like everybody was calling me sexist and racist because I was hating on a character that I thought was just poorly constructed at the time.
But because the character
was black and a woman,
yep,
I was accused of being racist and sexist. I mean, not to say that a brown person can't be racist and or sexist, but like in this instance, I definitely wasn't. This was all constructive criticism, and to prove it, I have actually spoken to the man himself because I actually took a writing course run by Mr. Brian Michael Bendis, and we have since squashed our beef. We're cool now. Just so you know, the creator of the character has agreed I am not racist and or sexist. Not that I needed his approval, but still.
Yeah,
mm-hmm. But
the backlash was so heavy, it made you drop the comic from your name.
Yep. I was just like, I'm not reviewing comics no more. I'm just gonna stick to TV shows. But I'm back now, and I'm glad the comic community has seemed to welcome me back with open arms. I've gotten some really nice comments on my Comic Chasers episodes. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
But back to Ironheart, the TV series. Even though Marvel pushed it out to just get it out of the way, I think, to me at least, it works in its favor, but also to its detriment. So it's kind of like that fine line.
I see.
And from what I've seen and from what I know, everything about this show, the whole theme of this particular story is a lot of cyclical stuff. About, magic versus technology. They really played with that, especially at the end. A longtime villain from the comics actually getting his appearance in the MCU finally, after being mentioned several times. If you know, you know.
And being speculated by fans to appear in every single MCU property for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, if you know, you know.
Yep.
The dynamics of deals and the changing of fate, how a lot of people want to do something with themselves to better their circumstances. And that's an intrinsic theme for all the characters involved, from Riri herself to Parker, or known as the Hood, even to a character that is connected to an old MCU character, but goes under a fake ass name. the fakest name known to man and God. It's also lame as shit of a name, if you really ask me. And at the end of the series, there's maybe a little... They don't solve the issue right away. They make our lead character go through a deal that we all know is a bad idea, but she takes it anyway.
Like you do.
Mm-hmm. But at least in my opinion, it goes to show how powerful of a manipulator this character who tempted Riri is.
Yeah.
All because this character plays to getting stuff out of the weaknesses of other people or the insecurities of other people. And it actually works.
That's definitely interesting.
And at least in my opinion, is much better handled in the MCU than she was in her original incarnation in the comics.
That's
Some of the same inherent.
That's good to know.
But they're not the that Riri in the comics was, because they gave a lot of what made Riri in the comics to MCU Peter Parker.
Fair.
And I think I've mentioned this off camera to the guys before. Well, I know I mentioned it to Jay. But at least to me, without that part hampering her down, you get to see a lot of her like innermost insecurities and how hyper-focused autistic she is. And this is coming from an autistic person themselves. Like, I totally get why you want to just tamp down grief like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And just disassociate and walk away from it.
And like the way you described it, it retroactively makes her inclusion in Black Panther make a lot more sense, because Black Panther 2 is all about dealing with grief, you know?
Yeah, even though we didn't know that she
at the
was
time,
but retroactively, since this is also done by Brian Coogler, well, executively produced, by the way, still interconnected, and there are mentions of her time in Wakanda, because of course. And the thing that I really like about this show is that we get to see this girl fuck up royal.
Yeah,
to the point where she gets out for it.
And I appreciate that, because like one of the biggest things about her that I had a problem with in the comics was that she was a bit of a Mary Sue, like Little Miss Perfect, can do no wrong, because I am the, double minority genius character.
And she is shown as genius, absolutely, in the show. But she's also shown to be a social idiot. I mean, she can interact with people just fine, but she just gets into situations that are just too big for her britches, and she fucks up royally. And I mean, this is actually in the first episode, and I will say it's the only thing I'll actually spoil about the show, because it makes my point. In the first episode, she's making this grandiose speech where she's talking about, I want to make something grander. I want to do something so people don't look down on me, make me feel small, while showing like cuts of her just kind of profiting off of plagiarism, where she helps out students from not only MIT but other universities in their projects. And she continues to go on this grandiose speech to the dean of MIT, who's Captain of War, where she is really trying to make this case for herself. But the dean of MIT is like, bitch, quit putting words in our mouth. We are not trying to make you feel small. We know that you've been helping students plagiarize.
You're committing academic fraud, is what you're doing.
Yeah, on a massive scale, just to make bread. You're no longer going to MIT. You're expelled. Go back home. Leave.
Which is how she ends up in Chicago, which, if you guys don't know, most of the series takes place in Chicago.
Yeah, and the best thing about it, as soon as she gets into Chicago after getting her Iron armor from MIT, Iron armor, I should say, she gets roasted, flamed by the people of Chicago.
I respect that. I respect that.
Girl, are you okay? And the best part, a little lad, this young kid trying to make money, roasts her. Especially.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
It's so good.
But I do have to ask, with it being only 6 episodes, does it feel rushed?
To me, no. I think everything flows perfectly well, because the pacing, things gradually build up.
So you think, like, with the story that it wanted to tell, 6 episodes was enough time?
Yes. I think so.
Because honestly, I would rather this kind of like quick clip rather than, some of the ones that were like 8 to 10 that felt kind of draggy in the middle, or even like super slow starts. Like, as much as we've all enjoyed Agatha all along, the beginning was definitely like kind of a drag.
Yeah, but my thing is the progression of these characters and the overall mystery of what makes the hood function is actually really interesting.
Oh yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Parker Robbins. Yeah, like the hood. Like everybody said, the hood is probably the best part of the show from everything I've heard so far.
Yeah, and at least to me, having like, even though she's a genius, Riri herself is still a young adult because she at about 15 years old. She is somebody who's not as adjusted to her age group, so she can be easily manipulated, even though she's very intelligent.
That makes sense.
And a lot of her fuck-ups is made through emotions. How even though she tries to suppress it and try to shove it on down, and you would think that this moment where she finally gets it, she finally decides to open up, to let go of the past, to let it rule her. And like how it happens with some folks, she regresses. She falls back. And I think that's very real. And it happens to folks like that. And at least to me, that's the most fascinating thing for this particular story. So I would like you guys, you're on the call right now, to check it out for yourself. And we can just hash out our opinion later. And for the folks at home, I recommend you check this out too.
I definitely plan on checking out Ironheart on my own time for sure. Like I said, I'm going to. It's just this summer is fucking insane right now. But hopefully it won't be like apparently Brian with Rogue One, where I'll say I'm gonna get around to it and take over 10 years.
But I would just like you guys to see what I'm seeing, and this is me just kind of analyzing it from a person who didn't like the character from the comics because of how she was introduced and how wrong, not so much wrong, is how it missed. It was a major miss. Her time to get to become salvageable, miss on all fronts.
Like from what I hear, the character has improved drastically in terms of like her comic counterpart. I haven't read anything with her in it, so I can't vouch for it, but I've just heard from other people that, she's definitely improved leaps and bounds in comparison to when she was first brought out.
Yeah, but I heard an argument, but for that being too little too late.
Oh yeah, no, that's honestly the side where I stand on. Like, it's cool, but like first impressions of everything, I feel like the damage is done.
Yeah, but the MCU version of Riri not having that kind of baggage, but having like the nebulous reputation thanks to her comic counterpart, has room to actually be improved on.
Nice.
Especially with how the show puts her story.
Well, I'm glad it's promising. You definitely do a good job at selling us on this for sure.
Yeah. Marvel never does this lately, but is there a potential for season 2, you think?
Maybe. For a fact that Riri makes a deal with has to return in some way, shape, or form. Like, you don't get a big actor like you did if you don't get in more stuff.
Well, also, from what I've heard, they may continue Riri's story in a different thing, because it looks like for the Young Avengers or Champions, whatever they decide to call, they're blending the two.
Not so much that. It's a little unexpected, but it's something more akin to an academy for magic users in the Marvel Universe.
Yep, that I have heard about that part. Because
they're heavily into that because of, like I said, the kind of deal Riri made. She has a combination of magic and technology.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so they will likely include her. Again, this is all just like stuff I've heard speculation wise from people who've seen it. They're likely going to include her in something to do with Doctor Strange in the future.
Yeah.
Which, from what I've heard, for 3 and for Doctor Strange 3, it's going to take place almost exclusively in the Nightmare Dimension.
That's the rumor.
Yeah. But
anyway,
overall, I believe that is like the biggest stuff for me, other than like some YouTube rabbit holes that are basically amount to Snyder Bros bitching and complaining
But
as
yeah.
they do.
Oh god.
So I guess we could just go ahead and pass it off to Brian. Brian, well, what have you consumed within the past 2 weeks or so that you would like to highlight?
Well, I'm only going to talk about the last week because honestly, I don't remember what I watched. But quick first thing is I talked about it in the last episode, but I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I actually did listen to it. The Baby No Money Iron Mouse collab.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, it might be one of his best songs, and they blend so well, and it has like house elements to it, and
I mean,
she's-
people forget Mousie's a trained vocalist. She's an opera singer. Like, she's got fucking range.
well, she does the chorus, and it's a very catchy, like poppy, dancey chorus, but it is an earworm.
Nice.
And also the music video is really cool. It's kind of almost Cronenberg inspired, but also has a lot of cameos from various different other VTubers.
Oh, nice. Like who?
I don't remember who. It was like a real quick, like Iron Mouse is singing on a TV, and it pans out, and there are various different other
Oh,
VTubers on TVs.
I'll have to watch the video.
Yeah. But Iron Mouse is just one of those people that nobody can hate on.
Exactly.
So it was really good. Also, watched the latest episode of Game Changer, which this one, oh my god. They made their own custom, Price is Right wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it had rules that the contestants had to follow for the rest of the episode, like end make every sentence a question, no filler words, no cursing.
That's funny because like fuck has become my go-to filler word. Like
Yeah.
whenever I can't think of something, I'll just be like, fucking shit, stuff like that. So I get that.
But there are other twists too, but the big twist is that if you notice that your contestant is not following their rules, you can like raise your hand and call it out. And if you do, not only do you take a point away from that opponent, you yourself can hand one of the rules that was given to you to your opponent. And so they get passed back and forth. Some of the harder ones were being very polite, speaking a sing-songy voice. But one of the hardest ones, which was very early on, which I'm surprised this one was very early on because it really fucked with people. Your talk with your best Christopher Walken impersonation.
That's hard. Christopher Walken is a really tough impression to nail down because he definitely has a particular cadence. But if you try a little too hard, you end up sounding more like William Shatner than Christopher Walken.
Also, the contestants for this season were Oscar, Anna, and Jeremy. Not this Jeremy.
I would say it's not to be confused.
Yeah, but if you know Dropout and you know those are three very ADHD coded people. I don't know if they have it or not, but they give off that energy. And so giving them all these rules to try to go by and restrict themselves and like turning on each other too, it gets so chaotic towards the end.
Nice.
And the thing is about Samurai is anytime people like start thinking outside the box or getting more chaotic, he just swerves into the curve.
Nice.
And he just goes along with it. He's like, fuck it, we're in for the ride. Go ahead.
I mean, that's like improv 101, right? Like,
You just fuck it, we ball.
exactly.
Oh, yeah. This episode gets crazy. And one of the cool things is because they're given so many rules, the way that they like manage them is all the contestants are wearing Velcro suits, and the rules are Velcroed onto their person.
Interesting.
So they can like look at them and read them, and they even have like a referee who comes on to try to referee the people to make sure that they're sticking by the rules.
Oh god, that seems. Just to make sure you keep a motherfucker in line, you have to do that craziness? That is
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah.
I like it. I dig it. I definitely dig it.
And then the last thing that talk about is it's a weird one to talk about because it's a reaction, but it's the thing that has been taking up most of my time. Is reaction channel called Sort of Stupid. I think I've mentioned them before. These guys have gotten so popular that they actually like rented out a warehouse, and they've got like 2 love seats where it's either 2 to 4 people who sit and react to a show or something. Well,
Okay.
2 of them have never seen Game of Thrones ever.
All right, that's fun.
So I've been watching them react to Game of Thrones, and one of the things that they do that's somewhat unique to the rest of the reaction channels is they will actually like do supercuts of them reacting to the whole season of a show.
Oh, interesting.
So each I'm only 2 seasons in watching their reactions, but each season has been like roughly 4-hour video.
I mean, given it's like 10 hours of episode, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good editing.
Yep. And you know, with all the shit that happened at the end of Game of Thrones, you almost forget just how good it was to begin
Listen,
with.
the first 4 seasons are still peak fantasy television.
The 5th one was still pretty good.
But it's not peak. Season 5 wasn't peak. Season 5 was when
Yeah.
Wolverine Arya started happening.
Exactly.
And
it's
then it
funny
went
to me
down
that
from there.
And it's the halfway point of quality.
Because
Which-
season 5 was when they started to run out of book material, and then season 6 was completely off book, like the start of completely off book.
But yeah, currently right now with the story with Arya is she just left working for Tywin, which that was so stressful and so well done. That time that she served as Tywin Lannister's
Cupbearer, yeah. That's what.
yeah.
Fun fact: the show actually gives them more scenes than that actually happened in the book. Like it's much more extended in the show, which because obviously they wanted more scenes with Charles Dance and Maisie. But
Yeah.
a lot more stuff happened in the show than it does in the book.
And Tywin is so smart and all that, where he's just like immediately rocks up. You idiots know that's a girl, right?
Huh.
And he's like, you keep calling me my lord instead of my lord. You are not from the slums. And like, just see the gears turn in his head, but also the respect that he has for her. So he kind of takes her under his wing.
Oh yeah, they're back and forth. They're back and forth both in the book and the show is amazing. A lot of people really sleep on Arya's time as Aerie. But
yeah,
it's one of my favorite parts in the early series.
And it's where we first get introduced to Jock and Hagar.
Yeah, and also let's not forget the goat Hot Pie. One of my favorite side characters, fucking Hot Pie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, since this is tangentially related, there is this YouTuber that I follow. His first name is Pat. He's a funny individual.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen his videos before.
And he did a short talking about Tywin and how insecure of a man he is that gives off bravado, even though he is a genius tactically, but overall not that smart.
Oh yeah.
He is, but he's not that smart.
But yeah, and you know who else isn't smart, which is really done well, but I still hate him. The initial downfall of Theon Greyjoy.
Oh man, fucking Theon.
Where he burns 2 random kids' bodies.
Yep.
And like all that shit, and then he goes off on this like whole rant and then gets knocked in the head by his people. And it's like, God, I didn't think he'd shut up.
I mean, Theon's a whole bitch. Theon's a whole bitch.
Also, Rahab, I get where he's going, but knowing where this all is, I'm like, you idiot. You are such an idiot.
All the Stark children are really dumb. The only one I can't blame is Rickon, because Rickon's a baby. But
Yeah.
all the Stark children are dumb. Dumb as fuck.
Well, no. I will say, there was one that wasn't dumb until they lobotomized him, Bran.
I mean, no.
Because if you go back and you watch Little Bran,
Bran does some dumb shit. No, Bran, I'm not gonna let that one
but he
slide.
also does some really smart stuff.
Yeah, so does Jon. But Jon also doesn't. I'm not saying that they're completely dumb, but I'm saying a lot of the Starks have very, very substantial track record of doing dumb shit. Ned, most of all. Ned's a fucking idiot. I love that guy, but Ned's fucking dumb.
And we're in the prime of the poor Sansa era.
See, no, okay, I take that back. Sansa's the only smart Stark child.
Yeah, because even when you go back to the original, and she's just like, Joffrey is my king, and I love him.
Sansa started off as the dumbest Stark child, and then eventually, after like absorbing all the skills from Littlefinger, she became the smartest Stark.
Well, she absorbed from Littlefinger and from Cersei.
I'd say she took more from Baelish than Cersei.
Remember, Cersei like talked to her about.
I mean, yeah, she gave that speech, but I feel like
you have to be a queen to a king that you don't love, and I know my son is a monster.
Yeah, but I feel like the fundamentals of what makes Sansa's character. At least current time in book and current, by the end of the show, is more Littlefinger than Cersei. Sansa is just Littlefinger with a vagina.
This is the beginning where
except Sansa's not a big simp like Littlefinger is. That's why she's better Littlefinger.
What is her name? Marjorie Tyrell.
Marjorie Tyrell
just showed up and took Sansa's place.
AKA the woman who apparently took Cap's virginity.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that remember they said that the lady from the US tour was the person that took Steve's virginity. That was played by Marjorie's actress, Natalie Dormer.
Yeah, in MCU, yeah. Steve. Yep.
Yeah. Who'd you guys think I was talking about?
I didn't know who you were talking about.
There's no Steve in Game of Thrones.
No, I'm just not sure what the heck was going on.
Oh, fair.
Sometimes.
Fair.
But anyway, it's currently peak Game of Thrones. Also, just recently had that moment where Sam hides from the undead army, and we get the first reveal of the Night King.
Nice.
And they're in the prime good Game of Thrones, and it's really cool to see their genuine first reactions to everything, and especially knowing where things are going, where it's like, man, Joffrey is a bitch. I hope he dies. Or seeing the whole situation with Robb. This is not gonna end well.
Oh man, I remember. I was in college when the purple wedding happened, and me and my friends in our study group had watch parties and shit. And when that episode came out, the celebration was so good. Love that shit.
Also, just got the moment where Jaime realizes exactly how badass Brienne Tar is, because she's been tasked to escort him by Catelyn, and he's making all these smart ass quips, making fun of her, and then these three bandits come along and she pushes Jaime and then instantly kills all three of them.
Listen, you don't fuck with Brienne of Tarth.
One of them, she legit stabbed him in the groin area and then slowly pushed it up.
And also, Germ confirmed that Brienne is a direct descendant of Sir Duncan the Tall, which is why she's a big bitch.
Which we are about to hopefully soon see that, although I think that was delayed till next year.
I'd rather it be delayed than rushed.
Same.
We saw what happened when Game of Thrones gets rushed.
Yeah. Which, that's my whole thing about House of the Dragon, is they're taking their time with it, and I am glad.
I don't care about wait as long as we get quality.
Exactly. That much I agree with.
But this also puts me in a weird mood watching all this Game of Thrones stuff and being re-engrossed into the lore and everything. It's I really would think that it would be cool to play a more roleplay heavy TTRPG in this world.
They have been trying to make one of those for years.
But also, I have no confidence in myself to accurately do it because of all the politicalness that is required.
Honestly, that's why me and Tony have such a blast with the CK3 AGOT mods, because that's basically what we're doing. Is doing a campaign as a character. I will never forget our fucking Rhaegar, or our Rhaegar campaign. Damn it, Arya.
We don't need to jump
everything
into that hyperfixation.
That's all I was gonna do was make my snarky comment at our dumbass daughter Arya.
Yep. But But anyway, that's been really fun to see, but taking up a lot of my time.
Understandable.
So that's it for me.
All right, so now we can jump into the final segment before our main discussion, and that is, of course, Trailer Talk. Trailer Talk is a segment of the podcast where our boy Brian has gathered together six brand new trailers, at least as of the recording of this episode, and he has also thankfully prepared the playlist in the link in the description down below. So you guys can take a second here, pause the video, click that playlist, and check out those trailers. And by the time you press play, thanks to the magic of editing, we will be back with our fresh reactions so we can talk about those trailers with you guys. So until then, please enjoy this quick word from our non-existent sponsors. And we're back. Okay, a solid group of trailers. No big standouts other than the trailer that I've already seen. But that's more because like I'm really into this game.
I would say, for the most part, looks fun.
Yeah, I think I know we usually go over these in order, but like the only trailer that actually got me like excited outside of the Rivals trailer was the Running Man trailer.
Oh yeah.
Cause Edgar Wright, and it's like it oozes Edgar Wright style and sensibilities all throughout, and I'm here for that.
It's Edgar Wright directing Glenn Powell. That is a 1-2 punch that I will follow for like anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, guy's got the juice. Like he's definitely coming up in this new gen of actors and actresses.
Also, they're taking the concept of the original and putting it in the modern day, so we get like a lot more like rude and unhinged
than
you could in the.
And if you really think about it, this is basically just an American Squid Game, but like broadcast live in a dystopian future. And it's just one guy, I guess.
I forgot his name. Norman Osborn on Friendly Neighborhood.
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, as the showman.
Oh yeah, he's the host. Yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah, he is chewing up the scenery in the best way.
It reminds me of like the whole like the Caesar Flickerman performance and the Hunger Games movies. Very similar to that kind of vibe.
Which I am worried and excited to see Kieran Culkin's take on a younger Caesar.
Yeah, same.
But anyway, back to this one. It's really cool because also another thing that you can't really get with the Arnold version is the modern technology, like with the drones and shit.
Yeah.
So
it definitely like better emphasizes the more sci-fi aspects of the world.
Also, Michael Cera as like the kooky techie sidekick.
Yo, and like you said, this shit just feels like at 11 and totally unhinged, which are what all the best Edgar Wright movies are. Your Hot Fuzzes, your Shaun of the Deads, your Baby Drivers.
And we get to see Josh Brolin as like a rich villain douchebag, which we know that he's already good at playing a villain.
Oh, he's done it several times.
Yep.
But yeah, that's probably my favorite trailer. Everything else was solid, but like nothing really stood out to me for real.
I feel you. The Making a Hit, is that what that one was called?
No, it's Hitmakers. That's the reality competition with a bunch of producers and songwriters.
Yeah.
Where they're like a writing camp competition.
The reason why I included it was because the concept seemed interesting. Also, they sold it as like part like beach reality show, part reality competition, part documentary.
Yeah. And I mean,
having John Legend and fucking Lisa in there too is crazy.
It's definitely star-studded, but yeah, and Shabuzi. I wasn't super interested, to be honest.
Nah.
I mean, to be fair, Netflix has been killing it in the reality TV show department. Love is Blind is awesome. I didn't talk about it in screen time because it wasn't really relevant. Because I've kind of just been watching this off and on, like in parts, but I've been watching Love on the Spectrum as well, and that show's great. That show's great. Connor is my guy.
I actually follow one of the chicks from season 1.
Is it the horny bitch?
Online.
I love the horny
bitch.
She's my she's my favorite. Not because she's horny, but because she's so like upfront about it.
I
there's
forgot her name, but she's got like short blonde hair, and
yeah.
she is so like in sync with everything that they were like, we don't need you back for another season. You've got your life all together.
Yep.
You're put together.
Yeah, like she legit said that she asked about joining for like season 2 or 3, and they were like, no.
Nah, you got your shit together. You're not as much of a mess as these others. You're not. That's not gonna be as entertaining.
Oh, and I think I know who you're talking about, Brian.
She actually just released a book about living with autism.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I know this individual you're talking about. She actually has a YouTube channel, and she makes great shorts about autism. It is hysterical.
Oh yeah, she's great.
I follow her.
Yeah, once you describe what she looked like, I know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, I really like the chick that is like so openly like horny, and like the interesting thing about her arc. This is gonna turn into like a mini little screen time segment, but like the interesting thing about her arc, quote unquote, is that like she found a dude that she's really compatible with, but because like he's not as comfortable with physical contact, and so she's like, well, guess we're not a thing. It's like, no, I respect that. You know what you want. You know what you need. Cool.
Yeah.
Like I really fuck with that. I like that. Like she's not being like slut shamed about it either. She's just like, no, this is just what I like to do. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep. Man, respect. But the other stuff, trailers wise, like Jake said.
Baloney? Is that how you say that?
I think it's Maloney.
Yeah.
The Emma Stone one.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Meh.
It's like maybe I think the trailer was cut a little weird, but the director has been good before.
I mean, like, I thought Poor Things was good, but I also think Poor Things was overhyped. It's one of those.
Also,
like, it was one of those films that I think gets more credit for being artsy than actually being like good. Not to say that it was bad, but like you can tell, like it was more critic bait than like a good movie for general audiences.
I also just want to like support anything with our boy Alan.
Oh
Jesse
yeah. I do love Alan from Love and Death. He was the GOAT.
And to see him go like fully unhinged.
Yeah, but
Then we have Project Hail Mary, which is Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I think that's it. See, that was probably the second most interesting. I like the concept, and it's again, deep space is a big fear of mine. But like this felt more hopeful than Spaceman, which Spaceman was a good movie.
Absolutely.
But Spaceman was also very like cynical and more like a journey of self-discovery for Adam Sandler's character. This feels more like it reminds me a lot of Interstellar in a way, where like Interstellar was like a lot about like kind of like reaching for bigger things, hope in human ingenuity kind of deal.
It's also based on a book by the guy who wrote The Martian,
which was a great movie and book.
And also it's Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who those guys can like do like magic.
Yeah, and also like they are, if you're familiar with any of their animated projects, which I mean you should be, they created Into the Spider-Verse. But they are really good at balancing like good high emotional stakes with like moments of levity. So I think this won't be like a heavy downer, which is something we definitely need nowadays.
Also, if you remember their like first film, it proves that they can handle juggling the weird. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
and also from what I've heard, from like a cursory glance at like the plot description, it looks like when he wakes up in the space station for that first time, he has amnesia and doesn't know how he got there.
Oh, so that's the narrative of like piecing it together. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, one that I think is gonna be fun, but I'm not like gonna like seek it out too much, is Roof Man.
Yeah.
That looks like a fun.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, that looks like a funny concept, but I'll probably catch it on streaming or something. Channing Tatum is hilarious. He's great at comedy. I mean, like the 21 Jump Street movies, his role as Gambit will always be, very memorable.
It's an S-tier performance.
Yep.
Also, Peter Dinklage, master playing an asshole.
Also, seeing that man just get covered in
Paint?
in
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Perfect. Perfection.
and also like I like that Peter Dinklage is doing comedy again. Like, you know,
Yeah.
ever since Thrones, people have kind of just like put him as, oh yeah, now he's a serious actor. He does dramas and stuff now. Peter Dinklage is a comedian at heart. So like I'm glad
And
he's
people forget the like first big role that like put him on the map was Elf,
Yep. Yeah.
where he beat the shit out of Will Ferrell for calling him an elf.
Yep. Classic.
But
Absolutely classic.
also, one last thing with Roof Man. I'm glad to see Kirsten Dunst again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
It's been a while since we've seen her in anything.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw her in something was season 2 of Fargo, which was a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
shit.
was it season 2 or was it season 1? It might have been season 1. I don't remember. It was one of the earlier seasons of Fargo.
Well, last but not least, the trailer that these guys had already seen that I hadn't.
Yep.
The new season 3 trailer for Marvel Rivals.
Yep. Marvel
Absolutely.
Rivals season 3 Abyss. I'm so excited for this
Where we
shit,
go.
man.
Where we go to the home world of the Skrulls and fight. No.
Symbiotes. The homeworld of the Skrulls got
Symbiote.
obliterated.
And oh my god, they are kind of exploring a joke that we had in the homie chat.
Oh.
Like, remember how we used to joke around
Oh, right.
about the big cosmic
right. When we made when we were doing our Marvel Universe tabletop RPG campaign, one of the jokes we had was the cosmic entity group chat. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for my flub. Biking and podcasting is takes its toll on you and your brain gets a bit scrambled.
Understandable. But yeah, one of my absolute favorite characters is finally coming to the game. Jean Grey, the Phoenix. I'm so excited. I've been talking up Emma for a long time. I'm an Emma Frost defender, but I do have, unlike most Emma fans, I also have mad love for Jean. I don't blame Jean at all for the situation. In fact, I blame Scott mostly.
Scott was being his fuckboy era. He was in my fuckboy era.
Yeah.
Also, I told these guys off camera, but they're using the Phoenix as like a stand, and I never saw that coming, but it makes complete sense.
Oh yeah, it's sick.
It does.
It's sick, and like, you know, it wasn't shown in the trailer, but we can talk about it briefly. Like the skins they have featured, because like the theming for a lot of the skins this season are either symbiote or Phoenix Force, and they're freaking sick. We get to see Phoenix Force versions of characters that we know have previously hosted the Phoenix Force, like Magic and Namor, which both their skins look very sick. And Wolverine has
hilarious.
one, which is amazing because actually, fun fact, he is a canonical future host of the Phoenix Force. In Allfather Thor's future timeline, Wolverine is the host of the Phoenix Force. Although I do kind of
It's
feel
literally like
I do kind of
I
feel
have
bad
no
for
other options.
Yeah, he's the only one still
situation.
alive, but hey, default still counts. Also, side note, I feel kind of bad for Logan in this situation because I watched a voice lines video, going through all of Jean Grey's interactions, and like, you know, they're doing their usual thing, being all flirty and shit, talking about their deep connection, but at the end of it, she refers to him as old friend, and I'm like, oh,
Buddy.
damn.
Friend zoned.
Damn, I thought y'all were in a throuple. What happened? I'm confused. I thought that was still a thing.
And why am I under the impression that it was Scott's doing?
I don't think it was Scott's fault, because actually I think Scott was into it. There's a panel from like the early days of the Krakoa era during the Hawks and Pox opening event that started the Krakoa era that went viral, that had like the image of Scott, Jean, and Wolverine had his like arm around Scott and shit, like, and I'm just like,
And there are so many fanfics.
I
of
mean,
just
to be fair,
Logan and Scott.
they gave hate fuck energy for over a decade.
Yeah,
Like-
yes, absolutely.
it's not Stucky level, but it's up
I
there.
don't know what the American comic book equivalent of Fujoshis are, but yeah, they went nuts about the Wolverine Scott ship for a long time.
And you know for a fact that Scott was getting dominated by Logan,
100%,
right?
100% Scott was the bottom. Scott's the bottom in all his relationships.
Yeah.
It's just fact. It's just pure fact. Look at the women he's with. There's no way he's not the bottom with Jean. And there's no way in absolute hell anybody is going to top Emma Frost. No
Yep.
way. No way.
No way, absolutely.
Absolutely
Like,
impossible.
not even Tony Stark.
No, Tony Stark definitely engages power bottom mode with Emma Frost.
Yeah.
Yep, he does. Oh my god.
Tony Stark is a character after my own heart. Tony Stark is 100% a Switch. 100% a Switch.
Because you also know that he's been with Gamora and She-Hulk, and no way they were bottoms.
No, I could see Jen as a power bottom. I could totally see Jen as a power bottom.
Oh no.
Gamora, no.
The funniest thing is that when Gamora boned Tony, she was
Gamora
like,
broke his pelvis.
was that it?
Yeah.
Was that it?
And then Tony was just
He
like,
broke his pelvis and then proclaimed, "Is that it?"
pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But I also respect Tony. Tony's just like, okay, I cannot feel anything, but you know what? Worth it. Would do it again. And I'm like, my man.
My brother in Christ.
that's my guy. If I had to, like, you know, put, like, aside from the alcoholism, Johnny Storm I think is my 100% spirit animal in terms of, like, Marvel characters, which makes perfect sense to me because a majority of my close friends are very Peter Parker-esque.
Yeah, that much is true.
Like, I like to front and say I'm like Spider-Man, which, I mean, I'm more like Spider-Man than I am like Peter Parker, I guess, is how I would put it. But, like, if I had to, like,
Oh yeah.
frame a character that I'm, like,
Dude.
similar to, it's Johnny Storm.
Because I would
Yeah.
say, like, the complete opposite for me, more Peter Parker.
Than Spider-Man, yeah. Which is why I have a lot of fun, I had a lot of fun playing as Spider-Man in that campaign as an NPC. That was a blast.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, Rivals, it's gonna be great. Hopefully this will finally be the season where we drag Brian's unhappy ass into the game.
Absolutely, because god damn it, I want to play with the homies, not with randos.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of playing with randos. And we
Especially them bitch ass randos that demand shit from you.
exactly.
Because I'm like,
We don't care if you're garbage. If you're our friend, we're not gonna blame you.
yeah, we'll just roast you like we normally do.
Yeah, we'll laugh at you and we'll bully you, but that's just kind of how friendship works.
You don't think that I don't know that?
Which is why we've been
Well, I'm
trying
saying-
to drag you. Listen,
I am the biggest punching bag of the
that's
Bro,
no, that's fair.
Bro, yeah, you're right, but listen, it's not just solely towards you a lot of the time, it's me too.
Yeah,
So don't
that's
get
fair.
that twisted.
That's fair. That's fair. I am equal opportunity. I throw punches at both of y'all. And honestly,
Hell, I roast this man a lot of the time.
yeah, no, that's also
Especially
fair.
during Daybreak. I have to be the one that tell this man, no, motherfucker, let's probably do this. It may work out better for us, and most of the time I'm proven right.
And also, like, like, there's plenty of shit to roast me about. I mean, like,
Oh, absolutely.
my absolute lack of lack of direction. That's also one of the
Oh,
reasons
yeah.
I'm playing Daybreak with Tony, so Tony could be like, "No, idiot, go this way."
Oh yeah.
Like, motherfucker.
I
I can't tell you how many times I told this man we were gonna go to the Pokemon Center. He completely bypassed Pokemon Center, especially in the town where Taze is at. I'm like, motherfucker, follow the path.
That's right. I was
is
going to
fair.
mention that earlier. You were talking about the Pokemon fan-made games. It's in early development currently,
Uh-huh.
but be on the lookout for Pokemon Void.
Oh, I've
yeah,
heard,
that's
I've heard
right.
of this one. I've heard of this one.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the Pokemon fillers. game.
Yeah, poke fillers, yeah.
Poke fillers.
But yeah.
And the starter choices, fantastic. Absolutely great.
Oh yeah, good shit. But that's a good
fire ferret.
That's a
Cora
good
would be proud.
segue. That's a good segue because we're going from fan created Pokemon stuff to official Pokemon with the main event, our discussion on Pokemon Horizon.
Yup.
I guess so. This is technically it's season 2 part 3, right? It's not season 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's season 2, part 3.
Yeah. So it's season 2 part 3. I always get that confused with how Netflix labels shit, but yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Also, don't look at IMDb because they have it even more fucked.
Oh yeah.
According to them, part 3 is the end of season 1.
They are alcoholics.
That's so fucking weird. I mean, if you're going by the Japanese release, because Japan, they had all of this as one season. Because technically, their season 2 is what's happening right now, which is all of the post time skip stuff.
Yeah, that is true.
So I guess,
but
like, if you're counting it like that,
IMDb is using the Japanese dates.
Okay, so that's probably why. So that's not as on cracked as we thought. Never mind.
Nope.
So I retract my statement and calling people alcoholics then.
Yep. But yeah.
But also, I will say that because they are states and everything, you can't get the English voice cast on the IMDb.
Oh, dang, that sucks.
Fair enough.
I wish Netflix had the same kind of feature that Amazon does with X-Ray.
Yeah, because I had to Google it, especially because there were a couple.
There's one that I had to make sure was correct. I was like, I'm pretty sure that is this character. Like that is this voice actress that voiced this character before, and I'm like, yep, I was right, but I had to Google it.
Also, there's one that I'm pretty sure I know who she is, but she is not confirmed on any website.
There's one that I recognized immediately from one episode because I was like, I know that voice thanks to Persona and of course Critical Role as well. Well, at least Vox Machina. I haven't listened to the podcast yet. But I'm almost 100% sure that's him, but I couldn't find any confirmation anywhere. We'll talk about it too. Sam.
There's another Vox Machina voice actor that I think was in there, but they're not confirmed. And there is a Spider-Verse actor.
Oh, the Spider-Verse one, I looked up for sure. That was the one I said her. That was the her I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the her I was talking about. Because as soon as I heard her talk, I was like, yep, I've watched enough of Orange is the New Black to know that voice.
Which is so weird because she has such a range because she's also nifty.
Yeah, but yeah, it's hard for me to talk about this spoiler free, so I'll let you guys talk about it. Because again, I've been keeping up with the Japanese, so like I'm really far ahead.
All right, so I guess I'll go first because I hadn't been keeping up with any of the Japanese or anything, any of the spoilers.
Yeah.
But I will say that I continue to really like it. I mean, the school arc was really cool. To the fact where I would love a spin-off of just new characters just in Naranja Academy.
Yeah, I mean Naranja Academy is just a great setting overall.
Bring back Erika Ishii, Sayu, and all the gym people, and just like do an actual like school dedicated show. And I think that would be really cool.
And we know like a school style anime works for Pokemon because that was the entirety of the Gen 7 Alola season. Which I absolutely love personally.
Despite that, and despite enjoying, I am also glad to be back on the road and like have the Volt Tacklers back in the spotlight. But it's really cool to see them. And to see them, like, reacting to how our 3 leads have grown and changed.
You could even say evolved.
Yes. And also see them have their own issues going on, like new crew member Pokemon that are causing some chaos.
And I just, like, you know, to piggyback off of that, I really enjoy, like, and this just happened all throughout the show as a whole, but I think it's just such a smart call keeping their teams so minimalist because we really get to know a lot of them on, and their arcs and their evolutions mean a lot more. But
And their personalities.
I will say, and this is a spoiler kind of, but not really, because I've had this problem ever since this point in the anime. Justice for my man Kilowattrel, and this will continue all throughout. After Wattrel evolves, apparently the anime staff doesn't give a shit about Kilowattrel, and
Well,
it's so
except
upsetting.
for the-
He's just transportation and like a fucking and the partner for Crocolore. He does not get his own time as his
no,
own
he
mon,
does not.
which continues.
not.
I will tell you, and it's frustrating because I love that bird.
Well, also, I will say the same could be said for Hatena.
I will say,
At least currently.
Hatena at least gets utilized more, like, than Kilowattrel. Hatena has like utility, and so they'll at least bring Hatena out to heal people. Kilowattrel is just transportation.
Well, this is a minor spoiler for this particular part.
Yeah.
But the only thing that Hatena did this whole entire part was come out once to sense emotions of Amon, and then
but
left.
the one thing that think about it like this, Brian. That one thing she did was extremely pivotal to the plot. What has Kilowattrel done that has actually,
I know.
been story
it's
relevant?
not as bad, but still, the secondary Mon that has had the most screen time and personality is Tinkaton.
Oh yeah, Tinkatuff, Tinkaton slash Tinkatuff. This is their arc, but this is kind of and again, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really, because this is just kind of one of my overall criticisms on Horizons is
The first stage is actually
Tinkatink, my bad. Tinkatink slash Tinkatuff, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, my bad. I got the
Tinkaton is the last one, yeah.
yeah.
the final evolution.
You're right.
But yeah, one of my overall criticisms of Horizons, it has this pattern of, and I've noticed it even in current day Horizon stuff, is that they do this thing where they will give a lot of screen time for Amon for their evolution arc, and then they'll be benched afterwards.
Oh yeah.
I will tell you, Tinkatuff falls into this as well.
Oh no.
Because Roy gets another Pokemon later that kind of hogs all the spotlight, that is kind of trades back and forth with him and the Coco.
So that's Kilowattrel, and then Dot.
Well, no, not Kilowattrel. It's a whole other Pokemon that I'm not going to spoil. But I'm
saying
yeah.
I'm saying that Kilowattrel gets the shaft with that because
Kilowattrel.
Tinkatuff is Dot's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My bad. Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Dot get a third?
Yeah, they all get even amounts of Pokemon. But
At current, they do not have.
well, yeah,
Roy's the only one with more Mon.
yeah. Roy has slightly. Actually, it just evened up, at least on Lico's side. Lico has the same amount of Mon as Roy. Dot is the only one behind.
Oh, really? Did she actually get what you were telling me about?
She did. Yes, she did.
Fine. So the mini lad?
Yeah. Our little man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, little man was caught. I'm excited.
Nice.
The other Mon.
I still say that Roy should have gotten his little man at one time, but
I will say
that never happened.
I will say, that Mon is actually currently on the Brave Olivine right now. He was not captured by Roy, but he snuck on the ship, so he will be there causing shenanigans.
Nice. I'm glad, but yeah, back to this with the non-spoiler. I'm glad to see the crew back and interacting with everybody. It was really cool, and we got to see a little bit of continuations of their own personal stories.
And also, this season really shows, like you mentioned before, Brian, kind of the competency of our new trio, and really them coming into their own as battlers, which is, one of the big complaints a lot of people had about the earlier seasons is that they were terrible and they sucked, which, I mean, yeah, of course they sucked. They're new trainers.
Also, this is again a minor spoiler, but they're learning new moves constantly, and it's not like before where obviously they were new to it, so they were using the same thing over and over. Although they still keep like one thing that has been like a little bit of a personal pet peeve of mine, which with Laqua, which is use a lot of magical leaf.
I mean, yeah, but to be fair with that, like when she says that, it's usually the signal of use magical leaf in a creative way. It's not just
I know, but
spam more.
Still.
It is funny. It is funny. But yeah, the other thing that I really enjoy about this, like spoiler wise, which I talked about a little bit in the intro, is the lore, man. We get so much more history on like Lucius and the 6 heroes and the explorers,
And a pivotal NPC, a pivotal side character from preschool comes back with big lore drops.
Yep. And like I will say, this sets up the like big final showdown for the first season, quote unquote, / first half of Horizons. So if this is going the way I think it's going in terms of episode pace, we're gonna be at the end of this time. At the end of the pre-time skip stuff, by the end of the next part, if not the part after, depending on how they pace it.
How many parts was season
it
one?
wasn't done in parts. It was just one long season with multiple episodes. Like the first season was like 50, 60 episodes.
No, I'm saying for the Netflix.
Oh, I don't know. So because Japan doesn't separate it into seasons. They just do episode numbers, and currently Pokemon Horizons is at episode 1. Well, the episode that just came out this past week was episode 102.
All right, so the Pokemon Horizons the series, because Netflix splits it up into Horizons the series and then season 2, the search for Laqua.
Yeah, which is this whole arc. Yeah,
the first season was split into 4 parts. So I think you were right, Jay.
Yeah. So this will probably wrap up. This is likely going to wrap up in the next part. So that's going to be interesting. But a lot of big lore, which we'll talk about. We'll talk about for sure in the in the spoiler section.
But also a little bit of fluff.
Yeah, but not an overabundance, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it was important in the early seasons just to establish good characterization, especially for, like, the crew of the Brave Olivine. But, like, not now that we're deep into the story, we don't need filler.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Anything you guys want to highlight before we jump into spoilers? I'll take that as a no.
Nope.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk spoilers now. So if you have not seen Pokemon Horizons Season 2 Part 3, definitely go check that out because it's awesome. Seriously, you guys, it's a new take on the anime with a lot of still interesting twists with like classic vibes. It's very much more story driven and plot driven, which is kind of the main thing with the original Pokemon anime. It was more plot driven than story focused because it was all centered around gym challenges.
But there's also growth and consequences.
Yeah, which I think is really important. And like our characters really do grow and develop, which is huge because, you know, one of the biggest ongoing jokes with Ashy Boy is that, you know, he kind of just stayed stagnant for a long time. And it wasn't until like the tail end of his career that he actually got to improve and actually like maintain all the lessons he learned.
It literally evolved.
Yeah, it's like both him and his Pikachu swallowed the Everstone. Although, to be fair, in canon, his Rowlet was the one that swallowed the Everstone. Which, you know what, Rowlet? I don't blame you. I would not want to evolve into Dartrix either. Even though Decidueye is awesome. But I understand wanting to avoid turning into Dartrix.
Oh, yeah. The, like, most emo mid-evolution.
No, the most fucking, it's the most absolute teenage phase.
It's the most it's the most try hard. Yeah, try hard I feel like is the best descriptor for Dartrix.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Yes, it is, son. Go get your hoodie. Hurry up and put your hoodie on. Get your quiver of arrows. Nobody wants you to be this lame. Go. Hurry up.
Oh, by the way, just quick side note. you see that video of it was never a phrase. I got your picture. I'm coming with you.
Yep. Dear Maria, so good.
Yep.
But yeah, fucking. This season was solid, and let me tell you, if you've been invested in the lore since the beginning, this is where the payoff really starts. And knowing where this is going, you guys, they are gonna be cooking.
So are we past the spoilers now?
Oh yeah, that was enough for warning. So where do you guys want to start? Where do you guys want to start?
I just want to say real quick that as somebody who consumes a lot of media, I feel stupid that I didn't see the twist coming.
Oh, with Gideon?
With Laqua.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't see that coming?
Like,
Dude, wait, hold on. Brian, anime shorthand. You saw
No,
the,
it's not even just.
No, hold on.
Anime shorthand.
No, cause like think about it though. You saw he had blue hair, same color, same style. She had blue hair, same color, same style. Grandma has same blue hair, same adventurous spirit. You're telling me you didn't see that coming? Now I can understand I can understand the Ristal part, but
Like I said, felt stupid. Maybe it's because it's so spaced out and I don't follow the manga.
no, it's not even the fact that I follow or actually the manga for X and Y has nothing to do with not X and Y, but Scarlet and Violet has nothing to do with these guys. It's completely different. Man, Scarlet
anime original shit. This is
Scar-
anime original shit, Brian.
Yeah, anime is a whole different canon. The manga
And how do you
always
know
is
what's coming up?
I watched the Japanese.
Recorded
I
Japan,
watched the
Brian.
Japanese.
Oh, then that's what I meant.
You said manga, Brian.
I know, because I assumed that you were reading the manga.
I
Because
am-
usually
I
when
am
we
re-
watch
I-
anime, you know ahead because you've read the manga.
I mean, I am reading the manga, but I'm watching the Japanese of Pokemon Horizons, the anime.
I didn't know that those are two separate things.
Well, yes, they are two separate things. Which, by the way, if you guys want to know, because the Scarlet and Violet chapter is only like, I think 30 or so chapters in, because those parts are actually really short. They only take about a year to finish up. It's really interesting. Scarlet is this kind of badass, hardcore battler, and her friend, partner is Nimona, because obviously, she's dope. I really like her. Violet's kind of a bitch.
He's a.
Oh no.
He's more about his storyline handles more of the Herba Mystica stuff, and he's partnered with Arvin, and he's all about culinary. Like he wants to like make awesome food and sandwiches and shit. So
And he wears a crown on his head and claims himself to be a king. It's hilarious.
because his parents disappeared and died, and the last thing they did was call him a prince. So he has this like I'm better than you, rich boy, like prince sheltered complex.
Yeah, it's so funny.
He's a bitch.
I hate to say
Bitch made
it,
child, bitch made child.
but that sounds like I could see Tony playing that
Oh,
character.
100%. The first thing I thought of was Tony's character. That was the Galarian character he made, because that was the vibe I got.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take that. That's fair. Bit hurtful, but fair.
Listen, I'm not gonna sugarcoat
It's true.
anything. But,
Man,
but
don't
yeah,
worry about it.
but yeah.
I think it's hilarious.
Also, and of course, you like Scarlet J because
That's
Nimona is basically like a female you.
Nimona is kind of me. I am a little Nimona coded. I'm not gonna front.
Also, Scarlet, she also has bitch doesn't smile, and I kind of like that.
She doesn't.
She
has
cares enough for human emotions.
She has no time for nonsense. She's just here to beat ass and take names, and she's all out of names to take.
And the funniest thing about that is that one of her Pokemon is Tarantula.
Yep.
Comedic genius.
Oh man,
Little spider boy.
it's yeah. He's also a great like comedic relief mon. But this discussion is not about the manga. But what I was saying was like with the like anime shorthand, like even when I was watching this in the Japanese, I was like, all right, so clearly they're setting this up where she's like the descendant of this great explorer guy, because I mean this was a family artifact. Clearly Lucius is connected to this somehow, and I'm like, all right, so they're descendants. And especially because like I mean you played the game, right, Brian? Like you know, past and future is a big theme of Scarlet and Violet. So
Oh yeah, true.
like I knew legacy and the past / future was going to be a big part of the show as well.
Also, we didn't get to see much of Lucius until recently.
I mean, yeah, but like the the stuff we saw was enough. I mean, come on. You like with anime, you know if characters have the same hair, they're probably related.
True.
And people did that. Like they did in Legends Arceus. They've done that shit before.
Yep.
And also, just quick side note, I was not expecting Lucius to be Wolverine.
Right, Steve Blum. That was great. Solid stuff.
Yeah. Like you get to see his softer side. Like it's not like what was it that we were watching recently where he was in it, but he was basically just doing his Wolverine voice.
I know what you're talking. Shit, I can't remember now. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. This was fun. I also appreciate that they're using the Kitakami stuff, which I know Brian, I don't think you bought the DLC, so you didn't get to experience Kitakami. But it was really well incorporated, and just talking to Tony, seeing all this, Kitakami has enough to be its own region, really.
And if it's based off of since it's very Japanese inspired, it can feasibly function as an in-between of Kanto, Johto, and Sinnoh.
Yep.
I hadn't played the DLC, but I knew about the photographer chick.
Perrin, everybody's favorite waifu, and everybody's and Pokemon's current Rule 34 obsession.
Which getting Chemical Glenn to play her, really cool.
Yeah, perfect casting. I was like, that's Penny Parker's voice. Knew that instantly.
Also, the best part, the newest character that was introduced, not even connected to Scarlet and Violet. It's connected to just Horizons. A man named Wyatt.
Oh yeah.
Better known as YS. This
Okay, Tony.
Man.
So Tony messaged me this observation as he was watching it, because we were about on pace with each other, and I had already seen the Japanese, so he could just talk to me about it without having to worry about spoiling me. I'm
already aware of it on the Japanese side, but not to the extent as Jay is. So balance.
Yeah. So he made this observation that made me die laughing, because he is correct. Tell Brian your observation, Tony.
So, Brian, you look at this man YS, right? Mm-hmm. Does he remind you of anybody?
Give him a minute, folks.
In terms of his personality, the way he carries himself?
See, if I were editing this would be the part where I added the Jeopardy music in. Maybe look to your left, and then look to your right.
And then look at yourself. It took me a minute,
because he doesn't have the horn dog.
No, but the way Tony broke it down.
But I get where you're going.
No, the way Tony broke it down makes a lot of sense. So Tony, break it down.
All right. So YS is a fusion dance between you, myself, and Jay. Brian.
Yeah, I can see that. Now that you say it out loud.
Do you see your own mannerisms in YS?
Yes. I hate to say it, but he's kind of a fusion of some of our worst traits.
So he's got Brian's klutziness, Tony's verboseness, and my ego.
Yep.
Yeah, but mix that together with a bit of our, at least a smidgen of our good qualities, because the man is good-natured. He's just unintentionally off course.
Yeah. Also, I told the guys this when I was watching it for the first time. I don't know if they registered what I was saying, but when I first listened to him, I could have sworn that was Sonic, the current voice actor for Sonic.
He does sound like Sonic. He does sound like Sonic. I actually thought the same thing.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. The funniest thing to me, though, is that he pissed Molly off.
His dynamic with Molly is hilarious, and to see baby first time on the crew Molly, fresh out of Pokemon Medical School, still with her Nurse Joy hair
and her Nurse Joy demeanor.
Yep.
Baby Nurse Joy.
I still want to know how is Molly the anomaly from the clone factory that is the Joy, because she also it's just, does it trigger at a certain age? Is she just not at the age where her Nurse Joy fully kicks in?
I think I know what the divergence is. She got wrapped up in the Rising Volt Tacklers, and she met YS.
Gotcha. Nah, I could see it.
Man's energy is so off, and he kept telling these tall tales, embarrassing the shit out of her, and so as a means to defend herself, she's like, this motherfucker is on site. I'm going to beat his ass. Or
combine that with
Chansey will beat his ass.
Yo, the fact that Chansey, canonically the most gentle Pokemon, is ready to throw hands is hilarious.
And we got to see the true power of Chansey.
I mean,
when
of course,
she destroyed that giant boulder.
Yep. I mean, listen.
Oh, yeah.
As a like a diehard Pokemon player who knows that Chansey is like the best experience farm in the game, I've had to beat up my fair share of Chansey in my day, and they are tough eggs to crack.
Also, dude, I know this from like following the PokeTubers and all that. You give Chansey Eviolite?
Oh, Eviolite Chansey.
Yeah.
Once they introduce Blissey, Eviolite Chansey is a problem.
Uh-huh.
Same with Duskull.
Also, one thing we will mention, using an investigative journalist is a smart touch, looking up crazy shenaniganery. But you get a man who writes for basically a tabloid.
Basically the Pokemon equivalent of the National Enquirer.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there might be kernels of truth, but most of those kernels of truth are coming from a Pokemon that is just silly.
Also,
Well,
I loved that Molly had spent so much time with Why Not, like, she can interpret. Like, I was like, oh, okay, Why Not's telling me that he's not bullshitting, because he didn't phrase it like a question, so clearly he wasn't bullshitting.
and also
so-
I do like the added element of them trying to get the help of somebody without spilling all the beans, because they seem to spill all the beans to every person that they meet.
Fair enough, because I mean that's a big scoop. I don't think YS would have kept a lid on Pagogo, even if like they knew, even if they knew to keep a lid on it. Which, by the way, I am so glad we're here now, so I can finally say his name.
Go.
Also,
the legend.
finally have a second Pokemon with an actual nickname.
Yep. I've been holding this back for a while. I was like,
That's been another pet peeve of mine about the show.
yeah.
Is that none of them give their Pokemon nicknames.
Although to be
except
fair,
for two.
like, okay, this is the manga, so it's a whole different timeline and universe. But to be fair, protagonists, at least in the manga, have been on record giving their Pokemon like the most basic, uncreative nicknames, which just kind of break down to the syllables of the Pokemon's name. Like, for example, Red, he has a Bulbasaur, nicknamed it Soar.
Oh.
You know,
You know what would be funny though is if just all of a sudden out of nowhere we introduce one character who just randomly shows up and he's nicknamed all of his Pokemon after famous rappers. Like,
Oh, no.
like
funniest-
that's what Mark
the
did.
funniest
in
thing.
our
Yeah, that's what I was
webcam.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like Mark did.
Yeah.
Like just pops up and you got Jay-Z,
Yep.
Biggie Smalls.
Yep.
No, the funniest one is out of
Old Dirty.
Adventure.
Old Dirty. Old Dirty. The fucking. It wasn't the. It was a fucking. It was a Gulpin. It wasn't a Swallow yet. It was only a Gulpin at the time.
No, so my favorite thing about
Adventures.
at least in
nicknames?
Adventure's naming scheme, it really connects to the character.
Oh yeah. Like my.
And the funniest one is when I forgot which Adventures one it is, but it concerned money. Like the naming convention for all the Pokemon are named after money.
Yep. I know. I know who you're talking about. I think it was shit. I'm losing it. It wasn't Gold, but I know there is a money. Gold is money obsessed, so that's why I thought of Gold. But his nickname convention is just add Bo at the end of their names. Like
Oh god.
like
I know who I think it's one of the. I think it's either Sun.
it's Sun.
Yeah.
It's definitely Sun, because Sun is a businessman. Sun's whole character gimmick is that he's all about making bread. Only reason he becomes Kui's assistant is because he promises a salary, and he does various odd jobs all throughout the islands, including the island trials, because he's getting paid, and he refuses to do any work unless he's getting paid.
Yeah, and bro likes to make money.
Gold, silver, dollar.
No, they're named after each of his mon are named after.
It's after
regional
currency. It's
like
after
dollar.
currency. There's dollar, there's yen, there's franc,
Oh nice.
euro.
Yeah,
Yep.
but enough
Why?
of Adventure. Back to Horizons.
Yeah.
Back to Horizons.
Yeah. So,
But speaking of Pokegenetics, let's talk about that big old plot twist there with Lucius being the ancestor of Lico's entire family.
yeah,
It is
I thought that was
amazing.
cool, and I also like that they just random time travel, which I mean makes sense. Time travel has become a big thing within Pokemon as of recently.
It happened in a way that was similar to what Scarlet and Violet did when it concerns Terapagos. And I love the fact when they used the the pools and Kitakami to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And how Bristol was the original trainer of Terapagos,
Yep.
which she didn't even know its name, so she called it Pagogo.
Because that was the sound it makes, which leads to my
love
theory.
Pagogo.
Leads to my theory
We love
of
him.
human language was created by reverse engineering Pokemon cry.
Oh, cool.
At least in
and
the end.
you
At
know,
least in the end.
she was the one person who I said that I was pretty sure I knew who it was, but it's not confirmed anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, which the name might not sound familiar to you, but she was Caroline in Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
Oh.
Matoko
okay.
in Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
current
She was the major. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her.
She was current voice of Nina Williams, and also Zara from Legend of Vox Machina.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Tiefling.
I'm pretty sure that's her. And speaking of Critical Role stuff, from the body swap episode, I was pretty sure that was Sam, who's the voice of Fuecoco. Because once he actually got to talk as Roy in Fuecoco's body, I was like,
Don't you mean Crocalor?
yeah, I said Fuecoco. I'm so used to saying Fuecoco. Crocalor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Totally Sam.
wouldn't be surprised if that was Sam. But speaking of that episode, I do like the fact, and that is that they didn't just like.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do the thing where, like, when Roy talks, you just hear lore, Crocalore, and then we'd finally get to hear Fuecoco talk as Roy. But they kept it where, like, Roy was the one who could speak human, and Crocalore just kept speaking in Pokemon.
Yep.
Also, in addition to his normal role, Matt showed up as a random fisherman NPC.
Yep.
And I love the fact that this bro is just out. Like, one of my favorite things about the whole, like, back to the ancestry thing, we know that Cervantes, the CEO of Exceed, is Emethiel's father.
Yep. Who is like?
But that doesn't.
Yep. Who is likely the also the son of?
No, he's not. Gideon had a daughter.
Oh, he had a daughter.
Which is Emethiel's mom.
I forget this part.
Yeah, so Emethiel's mom, not around. Anime mom disease.
Yep, anime mom disease. Which, like,
And Cervantes is just a douche to his son.
not to be confused with our Cervantes. Our Cervantes is best.
That's because he's Lombre, and Lombre is epic. But the point, and also the 6 heroes are also very characterized in their own way as well. Like, Cleavor.
I love the frenemy dynamic between Lapras and Cleavor. It's great.
Because
Yeah, you
Cleavor gave those scars across Lapras's chest, which is intense.
And you think, oh shit.
Which, I mean, you got to also think about this from like a type perspective. Those were rock moves against a water type. To be able to do that much damage.
And plus, Cleavor is just strong.
Cleavor is strong as hell.
And bro really put the paces to our 3 leads. He really wanted to test their strength. He's like, square up. And you notice.
Also, I love the fact that after they do all that, they go through like the trials to get the 6. Then you got Pogogo coming up and being like, "Yeah, I can vouch for them. They're cool."
Well, I think it was more like, all right, you proved yourself. Yo, Terapagos. They bowed it, and he's just like, yep, no, they're cool. Mom, I like my new mom. Her friends are alright.
Which that is another thing that I have said about this show, which still continues to be a thing. I love that you basically can understand what the Pokemon are saying.
I mean, to be fair,
Because the facial expression.
yeah.
Cleavor was out here like he was very old school samurai coded.
And that's one of the one things that I really like, that I've always stood up for in terms of Pokemon, like with this with the animation change ever since the Sun and Moon era. People hated on the Sun and Moon era because of the animation change, but the reason I love the more loose art style is because of this expressiveness. You wouldn't be able to tell all this shit if the Pokemon weren't able to emote the way they are, if the people weren't able to emote the way they are. Like, yes, X and Y was super clean, and it is by far one of the best Pokemon anime seasons we've gotten. I understand this community, but Sun and Moon was a blast, and we could not get Horizons at the peak it is at without Sun and Moon.
I mean, just alone, look at that one scene where it's Cap, Crocolore, and Entei.
Yep.
And we don't no visible or audible words are being said, but we understand exactly what is going on.
Also, this season kind of confirms that legendaries can breed in the anime. Because there are multiple Entei.
But as something we know on the Japanese side of things, Jay, we know for a fact that Entei is not the Entei we're looking for.
Yep.
Well, they say that in the anime.
Oh yeah, they say that into this part as well. But yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying and inferring is that what's one of the other things that is known for from Scarlet and Violet?
Oh yeah, Paradox Pokemon. Yep, that's true. And yeah, the next place and the final part does take place in the Great Crater, Area 0.
Also, can I point out that we already knew that legendaries could, because we've got Black Rayquaza and normal Rayquaza.
And also, we saw Baby Lugia.
Yeah, Baby Lugia. We saw Baby Lugia in the anime as well. Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to bring home is that
I know.
Yeah, the legendary beasts of Johto have Paradoxmon. I'm gonna say.
Yep.
I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
It's wild to me that Geeta let the Volt Tacklers into Area 0 when you're technically supposed to be champion rank to be able to handle that area.
But to be fair, we are dealing with a Pokemon professor.
Cap is champion level. I'm not discounting Freed and Cap and all that, but
no, what I'm saying credentials wise, Freed is technically a Pokemon professor.
She was like, I'll let you in and vouch for the others.
I understand. I understand that, but still, the kiddos, I feel they have Freed to have his back, and I'm not gonna get the spoilers for stuff that happened in the future, but
which I will say,
relying on Freed is just
Well, that much I do know. But
and also,
the point I'm getting at here is that in universe it makes sense for Free to have the credentials that he does to actually go into different locations.
Yeah.
But I get what you're coming from, Jay. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I'm just because Freed has proven himself as a capable battler, but the rest of the team is not at his level. So it feels a little bit like a little bit of a liability situation, and from a research perspective, you don't want to risk that. So it just feels a little weird. But I get it. Plot has to happen, so we got to bring our main cast along. So but the logic brain part of me is I don't know if it's safe. These guys don't even have any badges. I mean, technically they've beat some leaders, so they qualify for badges if they actually wanted, but still, they're maybe fourth badge at best.
Don't they technically have digital badges?
They completed their terrestrial training, which is kind of equivalent, but it's not the same.
Well, each time they did defeat a gym leader, they gave them something digitally.
Oh yeah. They have equivalency, which is why I say they're basically 4 badges in at best right now. They get to complete gym challenge level by the time they get to their time skip. They're at their, I wouldn't say fully formed selves, but they're getting close to their peak by the time we hit the time skip. In terms of trainer skill, especially Roy. Roy is a fucking beast. But that's neither here nor there. Future stuff.
Nice. And some of the future stuff that I do know has been heavily hinted at.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the lore stuff with Gideon and the explorers, I thought that was really cool. I also like Diana's reaction to all this. Well, shit. It turns out I was chasing my grandparents this entire time.
And it's how did you not know? And it's my mom never really told me, and my dad died of anime dad disease.
No, we actually don't know anything about Diana's dad. Lucius is her
granddad. I know.
Yeah.
Oh well, I got that mixed up because I think she said that mom died of
her
anime mom disease.
Great granddad.
Yep.
Or is it great granddad?
It's great granddad because because Lucius is Diana's grandfather, so she would be Liko's great granddad. He would be Liko's great granddad.
Lucius would be her great granddad.
No, it would just be it would just be great because Diana is her Yeah, because Diana is her grandmother.
Great is just
that's one removed.
You do it up one level.
Yes, Diana is her Diana is her grandmother, and like Lucius is her grandfather.
Your grandfather. So.
Oh yeah, you're right. It would be great. You're right. It would be great.
What it?
Hold on. Are we? No. Wait. I think we're all miscounting. I think I was right the first time, and Brian fucking jump scared me.
No.
So we have.
Let me. I can do this. I can do this. Let me just.
Okay.
Because in the line you would have the mom. Then you would have the grandmom.
Yeah.
Then you would have the great grandmom. Then you would have the great grandmom.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh,
So
Brian was right because we weren't counting. We weren't counting Liko's mom. That was my issue. I wasn't counting Liko's mom.
We weren't counting Liko's mom or Diane's mom.
No, I was counting Diane. I did not count Liko's mom.
So
you both were missing a different.
We saw Ristel with a baby, which was
Diane's mom.
mom.
Yeah, Diane's mom. Mm-hmm.
And then so Ristel is the great grandmother. It's the great grandmother.
Yeah.
Of Liko's mom.
Yep. So that would mean Liko's great. Yeah. So Brian was right.
Mm-hmm.
Brian was right. But yeah. So
anyway, it's cool to have that connection. I know it's like anime protagonists. Of course, they're connected to the plot, but I think it's well done.
I still find it funny that you didn't figure it out because I was like, that's hilarious. It's almost like all those people in Naruto who are like, hey, who is this other blonde ninja that happens to look just like our ninja president?
No, I looked at everything like from the jump when I first saw Lucius. I'm like,
because their hair is too distinct. Because even when we say Liko's mom, it's like, oh yeah, they have the same hair too. It's like yep.
Well, also the thing is, Lucius has a more vibrant version.
It's about this. It's the same shade. It's the same shade.
Liko and her grandma are a little bit darker.
I don't know,
but
genetics. Maybe I'm colorblind because with blues it all kind of blends together.
No, it's the same shade.
Okay, so I was right.
Wait, no.
It is the same shade.
All right, fine.
I'm Googling.
All right, Google it. We're keeping this in, by the way. Don't delete this, Tony. Because I want to be vindicated in real time.
Yeah, it all depends on who's drawing it, but
like I'm talking about I'm not talking about fan art. I'm talking about anime.
Yeah, his hair is the color of her undercoat.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, that's still her hair.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's still her hair.
Lucius and Liko are a 1-for-1 except gender.
Yeah, her undercoat.
See, his hair is more blue. Hers is more dark blue.
What do you mean? The top of his hair is dark blue.
No.
Their hair is just styled in different ways. The top of his hair is dark blue, and then the ponytail part is the same color as his undercoat. That's her undercoat.
So
what do you mean?
You are telling me that this, which is a copy of the anime, like a screenshot of the anime, you're telling me this right here is dark blue.
I'm talking about that. Okay, this is definitely not dark blue, but this up here, the first one in the group chat, which I apologize, audience, you can't see this, so we're kind of yelling at you without giving you visual aids. But I'm referring to this right here. This is the same shit.
It's not the same shade, but
underneath is the same.
I'm talking about the top image. The top image it's that same blue.
It's still not the same shade.
That's the same color blue.
Yes, it is.
But it's not the correct shade.
It's not the same. It's not the same point in the hair, but it's right. It's still right there.
Anyway,
regardless of this,
color theory.
Squares aside, putting squares and fucking color theory aside.
Genetics.
You know what, Jen? Yes, technically you're right, Brian, but I think we've said our piece. We'll just get down to final thoughts and rating. Shall we, gentlemen?
All right. Yeah. No, easy for me. This is my favorite season so far because this is where it gets the most interesting for me. I mean, I'm probably gonna have the same. Already knowing what's coming up, I already know I'm going to give the next part the same score. Straight up 10. I've nothing bad to say about it.
You know what?
There's no skips. The pacing is great. The development is
Yes,
solid.
there are skips. You had mentioned yourself that there was filler.
I said there was no filler. What do you mean? I said that we finally did away with the fact that there isn't as much fluff.
So you're telling me that the body swap episode was crucial to the plot?
Yes.
Yes, because they were looking for Briar.
Yeah,
and they got
and Briar,
and that's how they met Carmine.
everybody's favorite racist.
And Carmine is a student of Blueberry Academy who, guess what,
Who was directly
Briar
mentored
on
by
staff.
Briar, and so we needed that to get to the plot. So yeah, no filler.
no filler.
I agree to disagree.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, Brian?
If we didn't have this, we
moving on
wouldn't have
to-
ran into her.
using this as a transition.
Because hold on, Brian. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn minute. Because filler, I can define filler for you in this very anime. The ones that are just strictly Pokemon focused on the ship, filler. Don't need it. We don't have any of those. None of the just straight up ship stuff. All ship. This was all plot, all story.
Also,
That's what I mean.
Also, you know, it's a good definition of Pokemon filler when fucking Pokemon get lost, and especially if it's the babbies.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to go into what Pokemon filler is as a definition, but
Apparently we do because you didn't know what it
I
was.
was just gonna say that for me personally, I am still sticking to the trend and saying that I still really liked it, but it is not a 10 out of 10 for me. So I'm going to continue with giving it a 9.5.
Okay, that's
Which is
fine.
fair.
But
That is
still,
fair.
no filler.
No filler.
Sticking to it.
It's a 10 for me, by the way.
All right, cool.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a 10.
And trust me,
Characterization is solid.
trust me, audience. Like this next part, boy, if you've been invested in this show, prepare to get rocked.
But I think that's enough of at least one world of fantastical creatures. So let's travel to a different timeline. Brian, what are we going to be talking about next time on the podcast?
Well, we're going from pocket monsters to not so pocket, but still monsters.
Backpack monsters, at least some.
Oh, I wouldn't know because I hadn't seen the movie.
Fair.
But anyway, it was teased before we're doing the Jurassic World, the new one.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
You're in for a delight, folks. You get to hear us talk about dinosaurs.
I'm really excited to talk about dinosaurs.
And also, fears of the ocean. Science gone wrong.
And we will have
harmless abominations.
And we will have a special guest, regular friend of the show, Trash, will be back once again, because Trash is also a huge Jurassic Park / Jurassic, well, not really a Jurassic World fan, because let's be real, Jurassic World has kind of sucked so far. Spoiler alert, aside from this one.
And would some members of the podcast get roasted in the comment section for how they had to protect themselves in the movie theater?
Probably. Listen, I have no shame. It was scary.
No shame whatsoever.
It was scary.
The ocean is scary. I agree with you.
Which, the irony isn't lost on me that I work in a marine facility and I'm scared of deep water. But that's why I refuse to go on any of the boat tours, because it's scary.
But if you want to
Also,
hear
you
more
don't go into the deep water. You stay in the aquarium
Exactly.
water.
No, that's what I'm saying. People people at my job have been like, "Hey Jay, do you want to do the dolphin tours with us on the boats?" No, I'm cool.
Lol, no.
That's cool. I think dolphins are awesome, but nah, I'm all right. I'll just stay here.
But I hope you guys join us then. Also, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to get all that algorithm stuff going. Kind of like that, don't we?
Oh, for sure. Also,
Yeah.
if you enjoy our Pokemon content that we've been doing for Horizons, we actually do have some more Pokemon content coming in the pipeline, but of a slightly spicier variety. You'll see that soon.
Also, when part 4 eventually does come out, you can bet your britches that we're going to be covering it.
Oh, and I will. Dude, I've kept a lid on so much shit. I am so ready.
I don't understand how you do that.
It's called compartmentalization, Brian.
Well, not just that, like looking ahead, spoiling it for yourself.
I've been
basically.
watching anime for years, Brian. Watching the sub ahead of the dub is something I've done ever since I was a little kid, and been like, all right, they've been looping these Dragon Ball episodes for the past 6 months. I'm about to get these bootleg tapes that are of the Japanese,
'Cause
so I know what's going
I
on.
want to see this man actually punch this other man.
Look, it's a weeb thing. Like, if the further you get entrenched in the anime community, the more likely you are to just say fuck it and go to the source instead of waiting for the dub. Especially now, granted, before we cut out, I will say kudos to Netflix. This is the one show where you have not put this on a bullshit release schedule. Keep that shit up, because the rest of your anime have kind of been put into Netflix jail.
Looking at you, Stone Ocean.
Yep. So let's not have a repeat of that. You guys have been doing great with your recent anime releases, this included. But yeah, so look forward to Jurassic World next week. This is basically the beginning post this episode of our blockbuster marathon. So get ready for that, folks. It's gonna be a time. All right, we will catch you later, Pokemon Masters. Until next time, peace.